I had been following this story since it happened. Like a lot of the others, it just grabbed me and it just kept me there. It came up on my timeline and I went back to check on the situation. Unfortunately, my videos, the outcome, it's never good. This happened in San Antonio, Texas on April 4th, 2020. Daisy De La Cruz, 19 years old, and her boyfriend, who she was currently pregnant by, they had ended their relationship before she would have their son, Armani King Cazares. She would meet Lance Taylor Jr., 19, during that time. Lance came into Daisy's life when she probably felt that she needed somebody. And I mean, she was 4 months pregnant. He accepted that. He accepted her. And the two would become a couple. She would even stay nights with Lance and his family at his home. Lance had called Daisy and wanted her to pick him up earlier than usual from his job, where he worked at a factory. When she picked him up, he wouldn't speak to her. This was not normal. She begged him to say something. Back at his house with his family, he still wouldn't speak. Daisy said she didn't even know why he didn't want to hold Armani. He always held Armani. Armani, who was now 1 month old. He treated the infant like he was his own son. Lance's mother, 49 years old, and his sister, 14 years old. They were in the home at the time. Nobody knew what was wrong with Lance. Lance had gotten out the shower and he had entered his bedroom. He was holding a Bible at one point and he was looking in the mirror. Daisy said that he had an evil look on his face and he still wasn't speaking. Daisy told him that she was sorry that he was feeling like this, and she would beg him repeatedly just to talk to her. He would then go between the mattress and he would retrieve a gun that he kept there. Startled and very frightened, Daisy would ask Lance, was he going to shoot her and her son? He would stare at her with that evil look still on his face and stare at Armani. Daisy pushed him away. During that time, Daisy heard the gun go off in horror. A loud bang. It made her go deaf. He then points the gun at Armani. As Daisy turns around, her baby boy has been hit. He's on the floor. He's turning blue. His mother and his sister that were in the home, they both were shot. Lance would then flee the home. He would be captured not far from the home by the police and arrested. Quote, "It's a nightmare," end quote, Daisy said. She witnessed the entire incident. Her and her son were now at the university hospital, and her son was fighting for his life. The doctors told her that Armani was brain dead. They advised her to take the infant off life support. If he did, on a slim chance survive, that he would be blind and deaf. Daisy wasn't hearing that. She couldn't. She wouldn't. She wasn't ready to let her son go. She had been told at one point in her life that she wouldn't even be able to bear children, so Armani was like her miracle baby. She couldn't let him go. Lance's mother and sister, they were expected to make a full recovery. I mean, we could be thankful for that. Daisy didn't understand how and why Lance could do this. She thought that he loved her and her son. That's what he said. Her anger and frustrations had now turned to sadness. I can imagine at this time all the emotions that she was going through as she just watched her son, her miracle baby, on a ventilator, being advised by doctors to inform them when she was ready to pull the plug. She would just ask for everyone to just pray for Armani. Armani was so tiny. She would do anything she could to save her baby.
And I promise to give you everything that I have. There's not a dream in this world you can't accomplish or grasp. I will cross every ocean before I let you land. Just hold on to mama's hand and never let it go.
Armani would prove to the world it was like a Christmas miracle. Armani given no chances to live. He's still here. He's thriving. He's beating the odds. Armani has even celebrated his second birthday. Oh, he has medical challenges. He has round-the-clock care. And the doctors, they still couldn't believe the strength and the will that came from this tiny little person. And a mother who loved her son so deeply. Lance Tello Jr. is still in Bexar County Jail due to COVID restrictions and the fact that COVID is even here. Of course, like many cases, trials had gotten pushed back. He was due in court February of 2022 that just passed us. Armani, he's still here. Justice for Armani and everybody else that endured these tragic events by Lance Tello Jr.